I've read the 2-page manifesto which clearly, I mean, the 2-page manifesto is the kind of thing that you would get at any liberal college.
He even mentions Michael Moore.
Well, that, and also he talks about something like, well, he's basically talking about healthcare costs and the United States rankings like something like 42nd in the world, even though we spend all this money on healthcare.
But, to my point, and I think I mentioned this to you before, is how is that going to solve that problem? Like killing the CEO of United Healthcare, how is that going to bring costs down? How is that going to do anything?
I think the way he thinks about it, at least if that is a key motive, which I think it is he thinks of it like this. He thinks that these greedy, rich CEOs have bought their way into power. Mm-hmm. They are leeching off of sick people in America, and they have gamed the system so effectively that you're not going to change it. So the only revolutionary act in that situation, similar to like if you live under the czars, right? Mm-hmm. You're not going to change the czarist system. You have to, and in fact, prior to the Bolsheviks, there were these Dostoevskian characters who were like anarchists, and they would shoot a policeman over here. They would like kidnap a tax collector over there. I think this guy's motives are like that.
Well, they must be like that because number one, that the issue was not costs for him because his family's very wealthy.
Right.
So he had the money.
Right.
So it didn't affect him personally.
Right.
So it's just a little nutty, but this is what, in my opinion, happens when you have a kid that is probably, and he was valedictorian of his high school class, so he was probably very well read and probably a good kid with a good foundation. But I think what happens is a lot of times, unfortunately, they go to these liberal arts, they go to these schools where the ideology of the professors change them somehow. And then all of a sudden, he has this white guilt or this rich guilt, like, oh my goodness, I came from money, but I really shouldn't have come from money. This really shouldn't be, me.
Either that or I think there's another spin-off of the same phenomenon, and that is the wealthy kid mm-hmm. who believes it is their responsibility to act. I mean, you've seen Les Miserables, right? Mm-hmm. Who were the young men, the angry young men in that play?
Yeah.
They were all rich